You up on the Diddy news these days?
Yeah.
What's your take on what's your take on the whole thing? Like, give me the Kwazii breakdown on Diddy.
See, I don't have a whole breakdown that you could put my name on. I don't think on the Diddy sitch, but I heard that the feds picked him up, and that's fucking terrible. And I heard that he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his crib.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's not illegal, but what's a big man like him, 54 years old, with 1,000 bottles of baby oil?
Even my grandmother would say, that's a little bit fire. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot of baby oil.
That's a lot.
And it begs the question, for what? Right. Because, you know,
a lot of anal penetration.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't
but
have
to
the
who
need
though?
for too much.
But to who?
But yeah, that's pretty much the whole Kwazii take. Is it's unfortunate they caught that man with that many bottles of baby oil. If you have that many bottles of baby oil, I suggest you find a different way to hide it. Because Diddy just gave y'all all up. It's unfortunate.
What if he was running a new business?
He was trying to reinvent the baby oil, Diddy's baby oil. That would not do well. That would not do well. That would not be good for anybody, actually. It would have the same effect as what's going on right now. Right.
I don't think I would ever buy a Diddy branded baby oil.
That's crazy. If you ever walk into your bro's crib, what is that? And you see a Diddy baby oil? Broski.
We have to kick you out your own house.
That's crazy. Yeah, you have to go still. It's crazy.
But it's the Bad Them Show with your boy Vegas. Gutsy is not here today. Got a very, very, very special guest. Now, I've been paying attention to this young man since On the Radar, since From the Block. And I'm like, you know what's crazy? I do have usually I do these little excerpts, or I would say introspectives on artists coming up. And I had a whole introspective about you that I didn't really talking about, what I seen from what I looked up on Spotify and your bios and stuff. Where you're from and Peel and stuff like that, your grandpa and all that stuff. And I'll put them all into a little blurb and put some music behind it, but I didn't drop it. I had one for you and one for Sad Boy when you guys dropped that shit.
You're not trying to drop it?
I'll still drop it, but it'll be a lot better now that I have you here in person.
Oh, you're gonna mix up the
most likely. Most likely.
Yeah. That's tough. A little combo package.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man. Yeah, that's tough. I've been seeing people just like actually take interest in what I'm doing and like who I am more than just like my music. And it's like, yeah, that's tough, man. Cause I'm still just like doing this actually, like as it's happening, as people are like, oh, this kid is. Where is this? Well, he's from the West Side. I'm like, I just left the studio, so.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Well, without further ado, we have the kid, Kwazii.
Yeah,
Kid Kwazii.
Yeah.
He gets the fire. He gets the hand clap.
Have to. Yeah.
Big up to the big dog for coming through to the Mad Lib Show. How you feeling, bro? Mental health check.
Ooh.
How are you? What's life been like? How you feeling?
I'm lit, man. I'm about to have my little release thing tomorrow. I'm about to drop on Friday. I Was Perfect to Someone is dropping. And yeah, I've been waiting to get that out. So as soon as that gets out, y'all go listen to it. I don't really have much to say. I mean, I do have a lot to say about that, but yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm excited for that to drop, and yeah, that's really all I'm focused on. I've been like waking up early in the morning, like, almost ready to drop. So I'm excited.
The day's almost here.
Yeah.
Tell the people though, who is Kwazii? Who is the kid Kwazii? How could you break yourself down into a brief description?
Like, I am. I'm pretty P. If you listen to what I'm saying, I'm breaking down like really. I'm pretty complex. If you like actually take it in, I'm breaking down some philosophies and just giving you some of my takes on some of the stuff I've been through personally. Kwazii, fuck, man. he might talk to your girl, but he's really trying not to. Like he's on a better path. Like he's just a man on a better path. I don't know. Like that's what it's been. If you listen to like me from when I first started, whoa, like yeah. But if you listen to me now, fuck, there's some game in there. Like especially like Full Circle. I was listening to Full Circle back. I just dropped that one. I was like, wow, I'm spitting still. I'm talking some real shit. And I listen to my shit sometimes. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's pretty tough. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just a guy trying to navigate life and love. I don't know, and better myself, grow. Just try to find harmony. You know.
Mm-hmm. So you would say that you've seen the growth in your music from when you started to the release of this project. And is this your first project?
This is my second project. My first project is Problem Child.
Okay.
Niggas don't know that. I'm Problem Child. Niggas don't know. But yeah, this is the Kwazii. This is the first project under Kwazii. I was Kid Kwazii before. Now I'm Big Mom Kwazii.
A lot of times when the artists grow, they drop the littles or they drop the youngs.
Have to, cause then you know what? I'm walking around, niggas are going, kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who? You know,
but it's really Kwazii.
Yeah, Kwazii. So this is the first project under Kwazii, and I would actually ask a close friend of mine, you know, what do you think the main differences? Shout out Jet. The main differences between Kid Kwazii and Kwazii is. And he said Kid Kwazii speaks a lot of things from the present standpoint. So he's talking about this girl he's talking to. He's talking about where he's gonna be. He's talking about like, you know what I'm saying. He's really in the mix. Mm-hmm. Whereas Kwazii is more of a introspective and reflective person. Like he's always talking about what he's talking about, what he's gone through. He's talking about where he wants to go, and he's talking about sort of working through it now. But I feel like it's really my me sharpening my ability. I call it the God's eye. I feel like Drake does this. And it's like when you're able to write about something, not necessarily in a removed way, but as if you're just hovering above it. Like you're not necessarily involved. You're just sort of painting a picture or creating an atmosphere. And in that way, like, Drake doesn't have to be too specific, but some of the things he says, especially if you're a nigga from the city, like, whoa, cuts deep.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hear a Drake bar, and a nigga might be like, whoa, Western Road flows, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But out here, you hear that whole track, you're like, hit the store for a Tahiti treat. I know about that. I like Tahiti treat. Most niggas don't know about that.
Well, that's what's it called? A Hawaiian punch?
No, that's it's like a carbonated Hawaiian punch, but it's not dry. It's so tough. It's like a carbonated fruit punch.
Mm-hmm.
They have it in like the convenience stores, not like the gas stations. They have like them in the super nice convenience stores.
The ones that the Chinese people own.
Yeah.
Or the Asian people.
Yeah.
I know those.
You know.
But who makes Tahiti treat though? Isn't there someone makes that, or that was Tahiti treat the brand?
I never found out. I just fuck with them heavy.
Yeah.
I never really did the research. My dad put me on. He was like, "Yeah, these are tough."
Mm-hmm.
And I tried it, and I said, "Yeah."
So you're not like a chubby or chubby.
Yo, no. Don't get me wrong. Yo, don't get me wrong. I used to have a box lunch.
Yeah.
I used to do like a chubby, a patty, or like a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
If I was nice, I would have the thermos. I used to lose the thermoses like crazy. So I only got like 2 thermoses before my parents were like, yeah, just cold food for you. But the chubby was like, yeah, you're being a good youth.
Yeah.
Chubby for you.
But that's sad because it was like 33 cents back in the day. Why did you guys?
But it's pop.
It's too much.
Right?
Yeah,
it is. It's like, whoa.
It's super high in sugar.
It's madness for the cold.
Yeah. For a liquid drink like that. Yeah. Like back then we had Buster too. Like when you had Buster, oh my god. Like I'm Trini, right? So yeah, Buster was like, it was bigger, but man, the sugar is crazy in that shit. Yeah. No, but I think wean
away from the pop stuff.
I think
I'm on a water thing.
You're on a water thing now?
Yeah, I'm on a water thing.
You're cutting down on the carbs?
I don't. I used to really, really fuck with the soda, and then I don't know. One day, my dad just brought home this water bottle. It was big. And it was like insulated with beer ice and stuff. And I was like, fuck, I have to get like that. Still, like water just hits different. Like, it doesn't matter if you're waking up in the middle of the night, if you're just leaving out your yard for the day. Like, water just hit, and I like really, really cold water. You know, that's not really good before, like, you use your vocal cords. You're supposed to use, like, lukewarm or even some warm.
Yeah.
But I really, really like cold water. I don't know. Like, basically, it's almost ice.
Yeah, no, I understand. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
cold
yeah.
water.
It's like a primal instinct for me. Like, it's
It
like
is,
I'm
yeah.
awakened. I'm awakened now.
Yeah.
I can see it now. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realize a lot of your inspiration comes from your parents, actually.
Yeah. My dukes are some of the most intelligent people I've ever come across. My mom is actually the doctor has a doctorate in social work and is a professor at U of Windsor and was at U of T for a bit too.
Nice.
And my dad is just, I don't know, that guy's just a wise guy. And because my dad is like, that's obviously an understatement. My dad does a lot of things, but the thing that is most crucial about my father is that growing up, I always just used to hear like, yo, you look just like your dad, you walk just like your dad, you sound just like your dad. Yo, I heard you just now. I thought your dad was talking like. So, growing up, obviously, like that's the person that I mirror the most. That's the person that sort of I embody, or you know, my mannerisms. It's my father figure, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's nice. He's always a fixer. He knows how to. He's like, okay, here's the solution. Let me hear all the ways to do it. Okay, here's what I need. Here's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be done by the end of the day. He's nice.
Nice.
He's certified.
When you hear the name, but when you hear the name Leroy Sibbles, how do you feel like when you hear that?
It's a legend. That guy had me. My grandfather.
By the way,
Leroy Sibbles is my grandfather, and he had me like meeting Taurus Riley and stuff, and like crazy Jamaican legends like that.
Yeah.
At like 8, 9 years old, so I'm like, I don't even know who these guys are. And then I'm seeing pictures later, and I'm like, yo, that's the guy, right? And he's always just had this larger than life presence. He's also like 6'3", 6'4", so and yeah, yo, there's a couple like examples of who a guy is in my family. Like my grandfather is a guy like revered, respected, and you know, everybody has a past, but I feel like carries himself in a manner where it's like, okay, yeah, this is how a man is supposed to move. This is how a man is supposed to deal with certain things. But beyond that, he's phenomenally talented and can get up on stage. I just seen him do like a hour and a half, hour long set with an encore the other day.
Wow.
At just out here. It was like two months ago. I can't remember the venue, but and was singing like he has such a powerful voice. But I've learned a lot. In terms of just like actually how the music industry works. From my grandfather, and actually how to put music together. I've learned a lot from my grandfather.
As the industry is similar, the Jamaican music industry and the North American music industry, because that's what I'm gonna put you in, because you're not a Canadian artist anymore. You have gone to the other side, so now you're a North American artist.
That's tough.
So how similar has your grandpa taught you that these two industries are?
Well, you know what? The biggest similarity between the two industries is that they all go directly up to the top. There's always somebody at the top that is going to try to exploit you. You know what I'm saying? There's always somebody with the big bank that's going to try to take your talent that's not feasible, that's not physical, that you can't rate, scale, you know, sell. Like it's based on, it's subjective. There's always going to be somebody, no matter where you're from. If you're talented, there's going to be somebody saying, I could sell that for you. And you have to be smart enough to know, like, shit, man, like, fuck, I might be able to sell this for myself. Like, I might be able to do. You also have to know, like, I need a team. I can't do everything myself. I need to know who's gonna be on your team, and you need to trust them. And at the end of the day, you can trust anybody you want. They might turn around. Like, at the end of the day, it's night. You could trust anybody you want, and that might be the person, right? So you just have to be prepared. He taught me that. He taught me to use my head. I'm smart, and I come from a line of intelligence, and just to keep my head on my shoulders, he said, you know, just go out there and show them what you're made of. You know, like, He's one of my biggest supporters. Like I send him a song and he'll send me a yo, I don't even know if I should say this. He sent me I sent him a song
Yeah.
and he sent me a voice note back of just I don't know who of just bullets fly like just gunshots being shot in the air. Just let's like bah, 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 bah. Yeah. So,
Yo, shout out to your lineage,
Yeah.
man. I can't even lie.
yeah.
Shout out to the lineage.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some inspirations. Who are you? Who is Kwazii inspired by musically?
Stevie Wonder is who I gotta start off with first. I've been thinking about this. This is gonna be good. Stevie Wonder is who I'm gonna start off with first because I actually have his sheet music tattooed on me. That's one of the first songs I ever learned to play was All in Love is All is Fair in Love and War. All is Fair in Love. And yeah, he's a phenomenal writer. Like I always say he's an artist that you could cut the music out completely and they're separate entities. You could listen to Stevie Wonder's compositions by themselves, and you can listen to his lyrics by themselves, and they're equally as moving. Generational, like crazy thing to be able to do. Okay, I've said I'm gonna say some pretty obscure things. Che Ekru, he works with from what I hear, he's working with Bryson Tiller. I really like his melodies. Party is West Side Goat. Roy, West Side Goat. Astro is the West Side Goat. These guys are all like really great with melody blending. I find that the West Side, I feel like every pocket of the city has a sound that kind of emerges and that kind of is interpreted over and over again. Not necessarily like repeated, but interpolated, remakes, sort of. There's different versions of the same thing. But the West Side sound has been a major impact, and the entire city. Like this city specifically, I don't know what it is, but people in my peer group, Fro, Misa, Zay, there's people in my city specifically that like absolutely charge me up before I go to the stew. I love, obviously, Drake is a GOAT. I like really like old school shit too. De La Soul, Slick Rick, Special Ed. Anita Baker has been really like prevalent during this period of time for me. Like as I'm creating this this tape, it's about to release. I Was Perfect to Someone. And yeah, literally all the GOATs. I'm a student of the game, so if you play me a song that I haven't heard before and I like it, me and you will become friends. Yeah, that's how I've had a lot of friendships about something like that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Are you a true artist if you don't write the music and make the beat? Do you find that dissension, like, or you can be an artist no matter what playing field you play in? If you understand the question.
I do. It's like I feel like it's a little double ended because art is subjective. So it's like my personal standpoint on it is I'll never be satisfied with stagnancy. I'll never reach a point. I'll never like put together a piece of work, or there would be a song or a project and be like, okay, this is it. I did it. I've become an artist. I finished being an artist. So it's like, but at the same time, once you figure out what works for you, kind of rearrange it in different ways. You play it out, right? Like there has to be, obviously, like once you break out, you use what broke you to keep, and you keep expanding on that. But personally, for me, like I take artistry to like I try to embody this, like I try to live this every day. And I'll never be able to be like, okay. So yeah, I do make my own beats. A lot of the time, I'll sit down at the desk or wherever, even if it's with another producer. I'll be like, yeah, take this sample, chop it right here, reverse it. Like I'm so hands on sometimes with my vision that I feel like engineers be hating me sometimes. Like, fuck, man, let me do my job.
Yeah, right.
But that's why I decided to I learned how to use Reason 7, which is like my grandfather taught me how to use that, so that's what I've used. to create a lot of the different sounds. It has really specific stock sounds that I like. I like to sort of blend and whatever, just fuck around with.
People don't realize how goated Reason is. Though.
Reason is
That's what I learned. That's my very first beat program was Reason.
It's so like, yeah, this is everything,
Yeah.
and you just like, yeah, okay, I know how to use this. I know how to clip this. I know. It's so like it's simple. It's like
Yeah.
it's very So, but yeah, no, I feel like there's a lot of artists like that have never ventured into production that are phenomenal artists. But at the same time, I feel like my favorite artists all have that one common trait of like not one common trait, but they generally do start to produce, whether for other artists, whether for themselves, whether it's working with one producer specific. I would consider that production too, like working with one producer to achieve a sound for one era, one project. Like I would say that's production as well. But yeah, to each their own.
No, that's honestly that's so dope, and I just thought about it because of your influences, like Stevie Wonder. He makes his own beat, he writes his own stuff, and that was your goat. So I just wanted to ask you, like, can you still be a true artist if you're not that level? Like, and I personally feel that you can't. I don't think anybody can be a true artist if you're not like Kanye West, if you're not like Travis Scott, like if you're not like Kid Cudi. I think he even makes his own beats. Like, you have to kind of know how to, and not to say be on the drums and shit, but like you said, take that sample, cut that part, make that drum, put that snare. Like, if you're not sitting and actually making the song, you cannot be a true artist, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like that's, I would say that's fair because, there's obviously, to your point of being, your definition of a true artist is, somebody who is able to create like an actual universe around like fully bring their sound to reality.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean that does kind of sound nice when you say like true artist, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of people that we discount as a true artist when we say,
Like
they
who?
had to do.
Like who? Who we discounting here for real? For real? Like, come on.
Who we discounting? Okay. Is Beyonce a true artist? Because I just found out Justin Timberlake, Pharrell, and James Fauntleroy have writing credits on Blow. And that's crazy. That's
crazy.
ridiculous.
That is crazy.
Imagine having all three of those niggas in the room and we're like, okay, we're gonna write it. So, and it's obviously it's no shade to Beyonce. Shout out to Queen Bee. But that kind of puts her outside of, I would say that puts her out of the
artist realm.
The artist realm. And I don't think that we can do that because one of the things Beyonce has done phenomenally is create her universe. Is create her,
create her brand?
Yeah.
That's a different realm then.
Right.
Right?
100%.
A brand building is different from being a singer. We can say Beyonce has probably one of the best singing voices, along with Celine Dion, along with
a crazy catalog.
Probably top catalog, top tier.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But to say she's an artist, like, I don't even, off the top of my head, I don't even know any female artists like that right now. Missy Elliott. She's a true
Missy
artist.
Elliott's a go.
True, like she's an outliner for female MCs and
100%.
art producer. Like, she made hits with other people and songwritten and fucking creative. Her music video, like, she's just a visionary.
100%.
Her, Timbaland, Magoo, that whole camp, Blackground Records, that whole camp was beyond its time.
I won't argue that. I will not argue that. I will say though, I do think Beyonce is a true artist in the way that she embodies her brand. She's a front line of what she's singing about, and like maybe a team of artists, maybe whatever, but it's working. Yeah. It's definitely like it works. So, but yeah, Missy is a huge. like the whole Timberland universe.
Yes, yes.
It's a huge like.
I like that
Crazy.
universe,
Crazy.
Timberland universe.
Yeah, because you know that's
The clip. Sorry for the Neptunes universe. Like it's a
Yeah.
whole. Yeah.
it's you know like it's you got Missy, you got Justin Timberlake, you
Mhm.
have Jodeci too,
Mhm.
you have the Brat, you have who else is you have Aaliyah, you have
Mhm.
R. Kelly, you have Magoo, you
Mhm.
have fuck I keep going on, but Timberland at one point in time, Timberland had his fucking hands in everything, and everybody was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this guy doing, bro? This is not." And to this day, you could play some Timberland in your car, and the subwoof, the system is gonna sound knocking. It's gonna sound crazy because Timberland it's just a different guy. He's somebody who's like, "Yo, the beat is not done. I did not beatbox on it yet. Chill out." I'm like, what? What you talking about?
Yeah, once you hit the beatbox, it's
You
a
already
wrap.
pissed. You already
Yeah.
know. Once you, fuck, you know.
Yeah. He's the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy.
Yeah.
How long you been doing music for though? Seriously, like on a serious note. When was it? Was it like what day? Like what happened the day when you're like, damn.
It's always been
I'm
so
ready.
serious. It's always been so serious for me. I used to try to like write poems, and I used to try to like write poems and like songs for girls when I was like in the elementary school, and it started to like take off. And my grandfather, when Leroy got me a guitar, like a full size guitar, and I was like maybe 12 or something like that, 11. And I made this little track, and he was like, "Yeah, this is it." He brought me to the studio out in Jamaica. Recorded the track. It was big. It was on 98.7. Shout out 98.7. Shout out 98.7. Shout out Dora G. Go. And then from there, I started locked in. I made some money. I bought myself a blue snowball mic off Amazon. I started recording in the middle of the house, in the kitchen, on the kitchen table. My parents would leave. Started recording at a friend's house. Rolled some stuff out, and then some shit happened, man. These niggas pissed me off. Some shit happened, and I went back home. I was vexed. I went into the closet with the microphone, and I put the laptop up on the top part, and I'm tall and I'm big, so I'm in the closet behind. My back's on the door, and the laptop's up here. I press space bar, and I'm recording like I'm pissed. I'm recording like this. And I step out the closet. I'm hot. I step out the closet. Listen to it back. I'm like, yeah. I dropped it the same day, and that was the first time I got like 1,000 streams in like a day or like 48 hours. It was hype. And from there, I was like, yeah. Dropped it, put together a tape, dropped that, like a little SoundCloud tape. I dropped that. That got like a pretty good review, and I just started. Just every single time I dropped a project from there, it went up. So that's the first project was the self-titled was Kwazii. Like that, you're not gonna hear that. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's Problem Child, and now it's Always Perfect Summer. So here we are.
Damn, man. How do
Yeah.
you feel about that? Like that? I guess you could say it was a humble come up with that one struggle that kind of like turned like when Kid Boo when Boo became Kid Boo, like when did like how did you feel, like what was the feeling like?
From Kid Kwazii to Kwazii,
Yeah,
or
like,
from just me to
from
Kid Kwazii?
you to Kid Kwazii to Kwazii, like now that if you were to go back and listen to that old stuff and listen to your new stuff, like what would be the most thing that would resonate in your brain, like
Me
besides
going
growth?
from in high school, girls used to tell me my voice was high. Niggas used to make fun of my voice sometimes. Like, you know how it is. We be in the crib, like we be in the cafeteria, just be like running jokes on niggas. And that was one of the things, right?
Yeah.
And then I got the mic, and I was like, okay, watch this. I'm gonna do something here. And I figured out, I figured out how to like. I had a laptop. My dad gave me a laptop. I figured out how to download the audio software, crack some stuff, whatever. Figured this out. Watch some YouTube videos.
We don't crack, guys.
We never crack. We never crack.
Yeah, go ahead.
We never did that. Then that laptop broke.
Oh shoot.
So I got a Chromebook from the school. They said, "Yo, you're nice. You use this Chromebook sometimes." I was like, "Okay, I already know what I'm doing on this beer recording." And when I dropped when I dropped, when I started doing my little snippets, when I started like figuring out when I felt comfortable enough to drop this project that in retrospect I listened to it and I'm like, you know, it's solid, but you know, it could have stayed.
Mhm.
I could have kept it. Yeah, the response I got was mostly from girls.
Mm.
It was like, no, I lied. Watch this. Initially, it was like girls like, yeah, this is, yo, you're kind of sauce. It's like, okay, I'm looking at you a little different now. It's like, okay, I'm like, okay.
Mm.
And then, yo, niggas started hearing my shit and being like, bro, like you just said some shit that I've been trying to tell my girl for a month. Like you just said some shit that I've been thinking for like 2 weeks. Yo, you just, and it's like, okay, I get it now. So there's a way to talk to the gal them.
Mhm.
And then there's a way that the niggas are gonna say, okay, so this is how you do what you do. It's not like, I promise you. So Kid Kwazii, there's a track called Embarrassing. That one just hit 20 racks on Spotify the other day. I was listening to that one.
Nice.
Yeah, that one.
Nice. Come on, give it up. 20K is big.
20K is big. That
Big.
one,
Mhm.
that one is so like important to me because I wrote that. It was this girl I was talking to, and she sent me the song. And she was like, "Yeah, I want you to get on this." I was like, "Yeah," and she had a nice voice. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you, whatever, we're gonna write songs."
Mhm.
And then she did some shit that pissed me off, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm taking this song."
Oh wow.
Yeah, she never finished it, and
Yeah.
I took her verse off, and the verse I wrote was so nice. I was like, okay, and the verse I wrote was like, it was like, okay, like this is me being pissed about what's transpiring right now.
That's right.
So I wrote the verse out, and I sent it back to her, and she's like, "Fuck, it's really good." You know?
Yeah. She had to, balance at
You
that
know?
point. Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna drop this.
Mhm.
And I remember just doing shows and shit, and
Mhm.
people singing that line, singing the song back to me,
Yeah.
word for word.
Jeez.
And that those are moments that it's like, yeah, this is confirmed for me. I always knew this is what I'm supposed to do. And in that song, I'm talking so crazy. Like I'm talking so crazy, but it's just like that's who Kid Kwazii is. Kid Kwazii is more like a toxic, like he's just like a he doesn't think before he's talking. He's not even, it's not even really disrespectful. It's just like it's slick talk.
Mm.
All right?
Mhm.
And then Kwazii's mature, man.
Mm.
Kwazii is much more grown than Kid Kwazii is, and you think he's just worried about different things now. Still, like
Mhm.
it's grown up business.
It's like adulthood kicked in.
100%, and it's like I always say, you know, I'm Kid Kwazii because I turned into the man too quick. That was one of the bars I used to say.
Mm.
But now it's just like, yeah, you have to just embody that. You can't just be a kid and just fuck around through life. Still, at some point, you gotta pull up your boots.
That's fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like you're the leader of the new school? Like as a young artist, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
do you feel like you're the leader of the new era in Toronto music?
I'm not gonna lie. I have been around for so long. I've seen so many. Like, I'm so like the underground scene right now. If you ask these guys, they know about me, and I know about them, and that's historic. Like, this is we're having a time in Toronto right now where like the attention of the music scene is focusing on a whole new world of like different sounds. We're finally allowing new artists to come to the forefront, and it's like, man, I'm not gonna lie. If you do the research, if you look, okay, who was on this show when this guy did this show? I was there. I opened.
Mhm.
I was at the venue. I was in the audience, or I was in the session. I was writing, or I was helping on the beat. Like I really, really, really like I've done these last couple, like it's about 3-4 years now. I've been in the studio at least a year's worth of days. I've been in the studio. I was in the studio.
Mm.
I have so much music for you guys. Do I feel like I'm the leader of the new school? I might be. I might be. Unfortunately, it might be me.
I think you are.
I appreciate you.
I mean, like, look at the things you've accomplished. You've done from the block and on the radar. Like, how did you even end up getting on those platforms? Did they reach out? Did you reach out? Was it your manager?
It was a super team. I'm not gonna lie. My team is pissed. My team is so pissed. My team is as pissed as I am, and that's a problem. Cause you know, but yeah, no, 100% from the block. Secured that twice, and shout out my twin, Sad Boy. I feel like for like new sounds coming out of the city, you don't really have to ask. Like if you're tapped into the sound, if you're listening to the radio, cut me some slack. Big man thing.
That's what's
you know. I do feel like I'm stepping into that 100%. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. Northside Benji. Party Next Door. Like you said, I think you said Astro Kid J. That's my family. That's my dog.
Yeah.
Peel artist.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Peel has the best artist in Ontario?
I just realized, I said, Peel, yeah. No, you can't say that, because, like I said, art is subjective. I personally feel like those guys that you've said, like, and there's more. There's way more.
Like who? Name, if you can.
Fuck. Yeah, fuck. Nav, Tori is from the ends.
Yes.
I'm gonna draw blanks now. Like I said, Fro, Mies, Stro, Roy,
draw blanks.
These guys gonna be pissed, yeah. But you know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
Like they have personally impacted my sound, and what I can say is, I will say that one of the quickest persons to tell quickest ways to tell who somebody is take a look at their playlist. Right? What you listen to over and over again becomes what you think, becomes what you do, becomes who you are. So whatever, if it's all like Lil Baby, Lil Durk, NBA Young Boy back to back to back, your mind is not at peace. You need to find a middle ground. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's facts.
And these guys they make music for specific emotions, specific feelings. Maybe they're just going in the booth venting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these guys, the guys I just named, they're on my playlist. I listen to them, and I listen to them. Roy's the first guy I ever heard on the radio from the Bees, and I said, yo, this can be me. And then it was no longer than 2 or 3 years after that I actually met him in the studio. Nice. And he locked me in right from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that the music, to me, I'm biased to it because I understand it. I understand when you're talking to me about, your Brampton things, fucking on your Pickering things. I know, party. Yeah, I know. Like,
Yeah.
Lovely to be in Scarborough, lovely to be in the East, though. It's beautiful out here, man. I've never been to this campus before.
No?
It's beautiful.
I want to go to UTM. I heard it's nice over there.
UTM? Where's that? Montreal?
University of Toronto, but it's Mississauga campus.
Oh, the Mississauga campus.
Yeah.
That's where my mom was working, and that's very nice. It is very nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
shit.
very nice.
I can't wait to go. Let's talk about this project, though.
Let's do it.
Tell me about it. Why did you decide to make it? What are some of the songs that inspired you? What was the first song you've done? Let's go through the track list. You have the track list somewhere?
I remember.
You remember it in your head?
I should,
yeah. Good memory. You don't smoke?
Of course.
Oh, shit.
What are you talking about? I was perfect to someone. It's
what does that even mean? I was perfect. Well, I understand what that means because I could say maybe I was perfect to my ex, but she wasn't perfect for me. You know what I'm saying?
And even when you're in love, when that honeymoon phase,
yeah,
you meet somebody, you click right away. You're like, oh, you're perfect.
Exactly.
and that person thinks you're perfect.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the line, you learn. And you're like, okay.
Even to my mom, Duke. So I probably was perfect to her.
That's where it stemmed from. Is
for real?
It's dropping. So tomorrow's my mom's birthday.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Happy birthday, mama.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be out a week after.
We'll send it to her.
Happy belated.
Happy belated.
But yeah.
Tomorrow's my mom's birthday. You are perfect to your creator. You're made in their image. I was perfect to my mom. I'm perfect to my mom. you're made in you're made with love and with intention, right? So
Yeah.
um that's where the thought came from, but also it also applies to a relationship. Like, yeah, you talking all that big shit now, but when we first met, I know about you. You know about me. Um, some of the songs, yeah, Drift, 4-7 Flow. That's the first one. That's the intro. That's the one. There's two of them I really want to talk about.
Mm.
4-7 Flow. I actually chopped that. I helped chop that beat with bro. Shout out Rainy. I was trying to chop that for a little bit, and I got in the booth, recorded a song, and I left the studio. I was like, and bro was like, and he was like, okay, we'll move on. I was like, no. And I went back, and I actually, before I went back, I wrote it out. Before I was even in the studio, I wrote it out and I brought it back. I just recorded it out, and it's such an odd song, man. The way the vocals are, the harmonies, the way it's actually arranged. It's feeling driven. It's like, yeah, I'm really letting my heart write that song. That's one of my favorites on this tape that you guys have not heard. That was 407 Flow. And Full Circle is, I feel like, the song that has changed my life. Like, it hasn't changed it yet, but at the point that this probably releases, it will have changed my life. Because Full Circle, Full Circle, like, people, that was one of the songs that I released. Not a lot of songs I released, people hit me up and they're like, yo, this is beyond just a good song. This really, really resonates with me. Like, I really, really feel this song. I really love the melodies on this song. I've listened to this however many times. And not only that, the writing process of that one was the opposite of 407. It was unbelievably fluid. It was unbelievably fluid the way I wrote that song and got in the booth and spit that fucking complex bar scheme with no breathing points out. It was so necessary. That's another feeling driven song. Um but yeah, I Was Perfect to Someone is just it's a tape compiled of my aspects on love, relationships, my perspectives, sorry, not aspects. And certain aspects of myself that people haven't really explored yet. Philosophies, just game, just game. It's just game. It's just, hey, this is my life. This is what I learned. Do with it what you will. That's the best way to, I feel like, create art.
It feels like it's a very personal project. This like
My
just
project's
talking about those two records.
personal. Always, always. I would never want to, especially like in this lane. Nah, if it's a project, it's always personal. It's always like you are listening to something that either took me, that either was I was being like I was someone speaking through me, was being used as a vessel. This is like a moment that needs to be captured, or this is something that I took time to carve out for you. This is a feeling that has been escaping me for so long that I've been focused on being able to bring it to the physical, to be able to experience it. It's personal. More times when you guys hear, I heard Party does the same thing. When you guys hear a song, it's no longer in my rotation. When this tape drops, you guys enjoy it. I've already enjoyed it.
Wow. So like once you drop it, you're not even gonna take it in no more.
No.
It's done for you. You're on to the next one.
I actually have made some of these songs so long ago that like I'm sick of even thinking about performing them.
I'm sick of thinking about performing it. You're crazy, bro. That's a crazy thing to say, bro.
Some of these songs are that dated, and it's like I moved on past. I got stuff on the burner, just waiting. So I'm obviously kidding. I'm excited to share this project. I'm excited for y'all to just like, this is, I always forget as an artist, you're so involved in, what you're doing when you're recording that, like, you don't realize, when you don't drop, nobody knows you did like this, or did this song with this like, they can only see what you put out.
Exactly.
So I'm excited for you guys to be updated on this chapter.
Let's listen to Full Circle. Introduce it to our viewers. Just be like, yes, it's Kwazii, about to listen to Full Circle. The video's up, blah, blah, do all that good shit.
Yo, this is Kwazii. You're about to listen to Full Circle. Videos up on YouTube. It's Colored by Nasty. It was shot by some. You can edit all this, right?
Yeah. But we don't like to.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you know what?
real.
You know what? I will get the names, but the credit is actually in the video. So how about you go watch the video and you tell me their names?
Hey, let's do it.
All right.
Kwazii Full Circle.
I wish we could've kept it together. New year, first quarter, like I never do better. Probably cause you one of the habits that I left in December. I needed time to reflect. I hit out west with the fellas. Moments I tend to forget. I'm told are nice to remember. You always keep in my head. I kiss the son of vanilla. They tryna keep me in check. I make a check when I enter. We just make separate endeavors. Bitch, I'm a revenue getter. I got him tripping over money that I sent in the bender. Why you always paying attention in the sexual pleasure? I had to take professional measures. You did everything to make sure that connection was severed. But I wish we could've kept it together. Not everyone can handle the pressure. I leave it, I'm not trying to defend her. When we fight, we just gon' fuck it out until she surrenders. Sound like bop, 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 like a chopper propeller. Make it rain on your body when you under the weather. Until you change on a nigga and go forward the member. Do the same and you just want me to stop cause you jealous.
Sorry.
Really? Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Wow! You know what it is? Hold on, I'll pause. You know what it is? It's the way how you're changing the flows, my nigga. Like, you're going like that deep tone, and then you're just stepping it up to that mid tone, and then boom, and the flow. I have to hear you still. I gotta hear you. You don't know this about me, but I've been engineering for more than 20 years. I've done Black Challenger by Bugs. I've done Griselda Blanco. I'm Vegas on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been doing. Yeah, fam, I've been in the industry. So when I hear something good,
legendary. You have to big up yourself. Been in there. You have to big up yourself.
Okay,
big up yourself.
Yeah. But no, this is fucking amazing. I only wish I ever worked with someone like the closest I worked with was Killy, but he wasn't Killy when he was Killy now. He was before Kilimanjaro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog Killy. You know what I'm saying? But like.
Working with Killy before Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
Legend.
My dog LG. Shout out to my dog LG. That's his artist to this day.
Big.
But this, honest to God, this is amazing. We're gonna play from the top.
Thank you.
Kwazii, Full Circle. What's the album again?
I was perfect to somebody.
I was perfect to somebody. I was perfect to a million women. But you know what I'm saying? This is the shit right here.
Take
Let's
it
go.
Take it in. That's crazy. I got Westside Downs in there.
The Demons.
It's my twins. My peeps.
Well, I wish we could've kept it together. New year, first quarter, like I never do better. Probably cause you one of the habits that I left in December. I needed time to reflect. I hit out west with the fellas. Moments I tend to forget. I'm told are nice to remember. You always keep in my head. I kiss the son of vanilla. They tryna keep me in check. I make a check when I enter. We just make separate endeavors. Bitch, I'm a revenue getter. I got him tripping over money that I sent in the bender. Why you always paying attention in the sexual pleasure? I had to take professional measures. You did everything to make sure that connection was severed. But I wish we could've kept it together. Not everyone can handle the pressure. I leave it, I'm not trying to defend her. When we fight, we just gon' fuck it out until she surrenders. Sound like bop, 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 like a chopper propeller. Make it rain on your body when you under the weather. Until you change on a nigga and go forward the member. Do the same and you just want me to stop cause you jealous. Like, right back where we started. I'ma let you say whatever cause I know that if you meant it, it would show. You normalizing things I just can't do. You stopping got me praying, trying to break through. I tried 1,000 ways, nothing changed too. Yeah. You wanna play that game, I could play too. Alright. Keep that the way it is. It's like you don't know what having casual discussion is. Always saying something slick, I ain't even come for this. $1,000 hits and you ain't even touch a crumb of it. You talking about some other bitch, tweaking about some other bitch. No, screwed it when you call me out my government. Never think that you do I to handle. I keep loving me. Never once thought I could be your man. We had a covenant.
It's crazy. My girlfriend hates when I call her by her government. She always thinks like I'm mad at her. When I say, "Oh," she's like, "Why you calling me that?" Yeah, there's so
That's your name.
Yeah, and I like her name, but I can't call it that. I have to call her nicknames. And oh my God, that's such a bar.
Keep that the way it is.
It's like you don't know what having casual discussion is. Always saying something slick. I ain't even come for this. $1,000 hits and you ain't even touch a crumb of it. You talking about some other bitch. Tweaking about some other bitch. No. Screwed it when you call me out my government. Everything that you do, I to handle. I keep loving me. Never once thought I could be your man. We had a covenant. As long as I'm the flyest, you the baddest in the colony. I don't miss what we had. I miss the time when it was confident in me. Yeah. Catch me downtown with a bitch I brought back from OT. Yeah. In the Wild West, bitch won't cuff me like a sheriff. If I start flexing promises, gon' get embarrassing. Give your mama my best. That I never met your parents, cause I knew you was a fan that was always overbearing. Yeah.
Movie, right? It's one of my favorite.
Like I don't even need to see the video to like hear, like to feel the greatness. You know when some songs you need to see the video for you to understand the song.
The concept of what's going. Yeah.
It's backwards. Like I don't need to see this video, but hearing the song gives me the feeling. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel something. Like,
it's so crazy. I'm just with Skip today. Shout out Skip. Shout out Skip to fame. My boss, big boss. I was just with Skip today, and Broski was saying, yo, whenever I hear Kwazii's music, it's like sitting in the back of the studio, eyes closed, boom, I see the video, I see the vision. It's like, yeah, I'm hearing the song, and immediately the visuals flow with it.
into your brain.
Right?
Yeah.
That's such a gift, because I'm hearing it now. I'm hearing it as not a gift, but a blessing. Like, to be able to
Paint pictures with your words.
one of the craziest feelings I've ever had is going to the studio and leaving with a song that I had in my head, leaving with the exact thought, the exact idea. I went there to, it's so crazy because like music is like, you can sing right now. I can create a song for you right now with just my thoughts. Like, like just okay, I'll sit and think about it. Ha ha ha. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can make something right now.
Yeah.
And to be able to the extent that I can hear full tracks sometimes. Like when I'm really, really tapped in, I can hear songs, the production, the harmonies, the lyrics. As soon as I hear a beat, or just off of a feeling, just off of like, damn, I feel like this girl's really talking to me right now, sideways, and I don't par with that, and I'm just sitting there, I'm driving. It happens to me a lot when I'm driving. Driving. I just pass a sign. Should have gave me a sign. Wasting all this time. Something like, you know what I'm saying? Just something like that, and then it clicks. It clicks. Obviously, it's not as silly as that, but you know.
I gotta ask you, when it comes to like mixing that song, especially Full Circle, how you broke it up and you use like the recording part to say, I keep that, like all those little intricacies in the songs, the slight ad-libs in the back. I know it was a lot of main vocals you guys used, and you guys had subtle ad-libs in certain parts. Now, are you a part of that mixing process, or does your engineer handle that?
I try to be as hands-on with every single part, every single step in the process of releasing whatever is being released to the world. Amir did that. Shout out to Amir Jam.
My nigga.
Shout out to Amir Jam.
Amir.
Again, that's really, really pissed stuff going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Amir is crazy with it. I'm not gonna lie, even Amir has been saying, like, he told people he mixed that one, and niggas are like, yo, that mix is stupid.
That's probably one of his best mixes I heard.
The mix on that track it's like, it resonates. Like the tone, you can really, it accentuates the tone of my voice.
I love it, man.
Yeah. Amir did that, and it was For the Night. Shout out For the Night and Rainy on the beat. And yeah, you know, me and Amir, I try to like establish real connections, real relationships with the people that I'm working with, that I'm making art with. Because even what Amir does is art. It's art. It's an art. He has his own mixing sound, the same way, you know, whoever might have their own mixing sound. The way
Yeah.
someone might have their own production sound. Timbaland versus Dr. Dre, right? But yeah, me and Amir link up beer time, smoke beer spliffs, talk about life, and then hit the stew. You know, we'll mix a 1-2 track. I'll be like, yeah, you know, you should do this. Like for instance, we'll see which one of you guys. If you hear this on the tape, if you hear this, go back and listen to the tape. But there's one song on the tape that was like, yeah, you know what? Throw like a little 1-2 ocean crash, like a wave, some waves at the back. You know what I'm saying? So just create the atmosphere. It's not something that you're gonna notice first listen, second listen, third listen. But if you listen to it regularly, you're gonna be like, yo, one time you're gonna be like, yo, I'm hearing seagulls and shit. There's no seagulls, but you know, feel like we're on the beach, like trying to create atmosphere.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Amir bounce ideas off each other all the time, and a lot of this tape has been. He told me from the jump, like, yo, I want you to actually like be a part of this process, and like I want this tape to sound the way you want it to sound. You know?
Nah, shout out to
Shout
Amir.
out Amir.
He's one of the goats out here, along with
100%.
me and a bunch of
100%, broski, 100%.
No, I have to give it to
100%.
Amir. I have to give it to Amir. But I can't wait to hear this project. It's coming out tomorrow, Friday. Fuck, man, like I could. I can't talk about it no more. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock Thursday night. 11:59 Thursday night. I'm gonna be on my iTunes.
Are you coming to the release?
I'm invited.
Yeah.
When did I get
You're
invited?
invited.
Am I invited?
You're invited.
Oh my
Oh, yeah,
nigga! I'm
already
gonna
know,
see if I can get a ride. Me and Gutsy will be here. We'll pull up.
Yes, Guts.
Yeah,
Shout out Gutsy.
Yeah, shout out to
Shout
my
out Gutsy.
dog. Speaking of this, so you're having another listening party or a release? Oh, it's a release
This
party.
is the release, yeah, this is the
You had a listening party.
Yeah,
Little X was there.
yeah.
Roy Woods came out. I mean, I wish he had us come out, but I mean, whatever.
Next time.
How does it feel to have such heavy hitters in the industry come out to support you in your career?
Yo, it's tough. It's hard as fuck. Like, I met Director X at some club downtown before, but I didn't have as much motion. So it was just like, hello, I am a young man, and hello. And it was like, and then that was it. And then with Roy, I told you, crazy as fucking shit.
You guys were already locked in.
In the studio, you know, broski just kind of walks in. He had a session after he heard the track I was recording. He was like, yo, let me get your IG. And the rest is history. Like, that's my dog. I did not know he was showing up because, you know, the team's telling me, yeah, this one's just a listening party, beer, A&R, beer, record heads, beer, whatever. And then broski walks in. I'm like, you know, like,
yeah.
Cause, you know, I don't get stage fright. I've never, ever gotten stage fright, but, you know, it's performing in a studio for like 25 people is kind of very different. You know what I'm saying? It's I wasn't nervous or anything, but it's like, okay, this is new for me. Seeing the dogs there was amazing. And, you know, the feedback was great. The vibrations were great. Honestly, the confirmations along the path of creating this tape, that's what has made me so excited to release it, because it's like, yo, some of these guys believe in this just as much as I do, and that's so powerful. That's so powerful. That's so powerful to be in sync, to be synced up with niggas, with people who see your vision and see their vision and like believe in it with the same amount of energy.
That's beautiful. What are some of the feedbacks that you got in your listening party, the great ones and the not so great ones?
Big C, Universal, said, I was a little lit. He said that I have a great team behind me, and that I'm very, very, very talented, because he was approached by a couple people a couple years ago, and I've been able to exceed a lot of expectations. And he just said he wishes me the best. And that kind of stuck with me, because, you know, whenever you see people that you have met along the journey of life, especially in positions of reverence, that word means just that little bit more. It's like, yeah, all right, big dog, I appreciate you, I really do. And then, what was the MC's name? Who did the Louis 13? Jabo. Jabo did like probably the craziest toast I've ever been a part of, I've ever experienced. He brought out Louis 13 and explained like the empty bottle, $700. It takes 11 people to hand blow the bottle. Pause. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said.
That's a big pause.
That's what he said, broski. That's what he said. And
blow?
I want to say, oi, but we're all in the middle. It's my event, so I can't say. Yeah, he's gonna just pack up. He said, "You know what? Fuck you," and just move all the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, the crystals, broski. The glasses are made of crystals. And you ting, it's a perfect G sharp.
Oh wow, really?
It's so much. If we sit here and talk about Louis 13, I'm gonna get pissed about it.
Okay.
But long story short, poured out the Louis 13. He explained that it's a drink that celebrates celebration. It's for the art of celebration. It's a recipe that's been mastered for over 150 years. And essentially that we are hoping that the music that has been created, that's being released, is celebrated for 150 years.
Bless.
And beyond that, that it exceeds, because obviously nobody lives for 150. It exceeds my lifetime.
And
that's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to leave a legacy. That's the whole reason I really, really started doing this. When I got pissed, when I got back home that day, I was like, yo, God forbid, these niggas need to know who I am. Yeah? But I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Louis 13, right?
Yeah, Louis 13. Yeah.
$800 shot. I took it in one. I just
one shot.
And Broski looked at me like, I said $800 shot, Broski.
You're supposed to sip it.
You have to
enjoy it.
You have to. Yeah. I never did that. I said
yeah,
lit. I didn't know. Next time. Next tape.
And what about some of the like not so good feedback? Like, did anybody have anything? No, everybody was on, like, everybody loved it from top to bottom?
Never heard no negative feedback. It's like, we've been working on it for so long. It's like, yo, if you had something to say,
you would have done it.
You said it. And we it's like, it's a crazy, sometimes just like Full Circle is like one of the songs I listen to. I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of Full Circle. I'm happy that came from me. But yo, it's a bunch of things that the city hasn't heard, and it's a bunch of things that the people who know me haven't heard from me. So I'm excited. These guys don't even know. I'm doing like 4-note runs with a harmony. Like it's pissed. I could talk about it now. It's out. Like I'm doing crazy vocal techniques and like no lessons, just beer sauce.
That's blessed. I love that, man. I love like self-taught musicians. Like they're so like rooted to the core because they're not going there just to go to school with a plan. They're going like they seen something that they want to learn and they took it upon themselves to learn it themselves. Like that is like the embodiment of like being a professor at your own craft. Like you might not know the technicalities and shit, but you know what it does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't ask me about a compressor. I don't know the different kind of compressor. I just know what each compressor does. I know what ratio is. I know what threshold is. And I know what it does.
Right.
Like, don't ask me about no fucking, you know what I'm saying?
This compressor and this compressor.
I don't care about the names.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers be coming up to me like the API. Do you use the API like some nerd stuff? Like, nigga, I don't have glasses, but I'm not a nerd to this. Like, I've been engineering for a long time. I worked with many compressors from Cool Edit way down to Pro Tools. Like I know exactly how everything works in terms of what I need in my vocal chain. Don't ask me about what equalizer, if the Manly, what mics. Nigga, I've been using webcam mics to make music.
And that's
$2 karaoke mics on a stereo. Like
niggas don't realize that is the real sauce. That is the real. You know what I was using to record my first tape? I didn't say. What the fuck is that shit called? What's the free audio software?
You're using Audacity, probably.
Audacity.
I know everybody.
And I was a wizard with Audacity.
Fam, it doesn't even matter what DAW you use. As long as you know how to use it, the music will come out the same. That's the trick. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask you though about do you have any like upbeat songs for the gal them, like those like Caribbean-esque or like
it's for the gal them, fam. Yeah.
You have those ones?
Yes, fam. It's for the gal them. Like, of course, my dogs them are involved, and They get a 1-2 shout out, but I'm really not talking to my niggas. If I want to talk to my niggas, I'll call them.
No, because you know how the city is. Like, it's deep rooted in, like, negativity and the blogs.
Of course.
You know, they like to pick up on the negative stuff, like the crazy Jamie stories and
Of course.
and you know what I'm saying, the straight cash stuff. Like, they like the negative, but for you, for some reason, the blogs still fuck with your shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're the outlier when it comes to, like, just the blogs supporting your music. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that is?
It's the reals. Yeah, I may be talking some foolishness sometimes in there, like maybe having a little bit of fun, but essentially, like, any melodies, anything that I choose, anything that's coming out on this tape or singles or whatever, like, they're ultimately my real feelings, my real emotions, my real thoughts, like, as raw and vulnerable as I can possibly offer to the entire world. And intention, power of intention is lethal. When I drop a track and I want somebody to hear it, when I drop a track and I want somebody to feel something the way I feel, when I want somebody to feel seen or heard, that track usually gets to somebody. And, like, I don't know. Shout out the blogs. I don't know. I really appreciate everybody who's been tuning in, everybody who's been supporting, but at the same time, you gotta take the good with the bad. And the way I'm received from certain perspectives is always different. Some niggas are like, yeah, this guy's da da da. Some people are like, oh, you know, I heard this, and it's like, oh, the sauce is real.
No, yeah, definitely. Do you feel like because the blogs, they focus on the negative shit so much, do you feel like it stifles musicians like you who actually make real music? Or do you feel like the people that make real music just needs to work even more harder to get noticed from the blog?
What's real always prospers. No blog, no one man, no army can stop you from doing what you're called to do. And we have Justin Bieber, we have The Weeknd, we have Drake, we have Celine Dion, there's something in the water out here. We have millionaires, billionaires, top streaming artists, record breakers from these ends. So it's like, fuck, am I gonna let a blog say anything to me? No, Tory came from my ends. I'm about to just make a song that's so mod that it's gonna go past the blogs. The blogs might say some fuckery, but fuck, they're bumping me out in Texas. They're bumping me out in, I have fans in Pakistan. I have fans in Brazil. I have a fan base in Brazil. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, like, even people who don't understand what I'm saying are like, whatever the fuck this nigga saying, sauce. It has to be sauce. Just based off how I feel, has to be sauce.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, whatever you're called for, whatever you're destined for, you're gonna do. Like, niggas talk shit. That's what niggas do, right? So
yeah, that's facts.
Can't let it stop you from doing what you're gonna do.
No, that's facts.
Never. I feel like to be stifled, it's a mindset. Can't let nothing. Nobody can control you, and you can't control anybody else. So, I all I know is that I came here to be a vessel. I pray to be used as a vessel of God, and I sing my heart out when I get into the studio. I rap my fucking ass off. That's it. That's how it gets. That's how it goes.
Life is what you make it.
100%. I'm big on that. You create your own reality.
Me too. I'm definitely built like that. What's next for you then, man? After this project drops Friday, we should put dates. September 20th, 21st, I think 20th, right? When what's next for you after this, bro?
I'm doing some traveling. I'm probably gonna drop a little something off. This is gonna be like a curveball for people. They're gonna hear this tape, maybe like makes sense, but also like whoa. And then I'm gonna just go back to confusing people. They're gonna be like, oh, he sounds like this guy, and I'm gonna drop something and be like, are you sure? And be like, okay, now he sounds like this guy.
Really?
Until who do I was gonna post on my story the other day before this tape drops. Remember, some of you niggas said I sound like Quavo.
Really? Quavo, like Migos Quavo? That's fucking cap. Like that song, Full Circle, you don't sound like nobody. Like
I
I tried
appreciate
to
that.
be like, does he sound like somebody?
You-
And I couldn't.
They say, you know, the quickest way to ruin something beautiful is to compare it, but it's also a good way to find a middle ground. It's a good way to like associate. And the human condition is to organize and to make things make sense and whatever. So whenever I hear, you know, sound like Party, you sound like whatever, these are inspirations for me. These are guys who I've listened to, who I found. Party is, personally, Party is the greatest melody maker of the recent generation of melody makers. He's just really good at making melodies that just hook into your brain, and he doesn't do it in a way that is like standard. He's not gonna like, he doesn't play by the rules.
No, he's goated. I can't
100%.
even lie.
What's that goat?
Yeah, my friend played what's the song she played? She played a party record, and I'm listening to the song. I never heard it because it's off his new project. the one with the,
Chill, probably.
what's it called?
No Chill. I've been with Trip.
No. I don't think it's that one.
Mm.
But like, I was listening to the shit, and I'm like, yo, who's this? It's Party, and I'm like, really? Like, and it's crazy because I never took in the album. I didn't finish the album, so I didn't get to that song, and I'm like, damn, this shit sounds so friggin' good, and I was surprised at how good it was.
P4 is a no skip for me. P4 is, you can listen to that beginning to end, and I have multiple times. P3, I feel like it's my favorite Party album, and then it's, people are gonna be upset about this, but tied between Party Mobile and P1, I think. But yeah, I've listened to Party front to back, the Jerron Beat collection on SoundCloud. I've gone through the leaks. Like, when I respect your artistry, I need to understand it.
Mm.
I need I need to break it down. I need to figure out, and it's like, it's not even like, okay, yeah, I get it now. I'm finna do it. It's just like, I have never figured out how Party does what he does to this day. To this day, I don't know how he comes up with his melody transitions.
He probably won't ever. Like, that guy he's a special being, and
I loved it.
I hope he gets his like 100% like flowers. Like, they give him his little rose here and there, but he needs a bouquet.
I'm gonna link him just now. I'm telling him, yo, broski, you're pissed, and I'm gonna tell him. And I'm gonna tell him, yo, West Side shit. Like, when you said this is what Saga feel like in the nighttime, a lot of these bitches didn't get it. And I said, yo, I was in Saga at the night, and in the night, and I heard that, and I said, yo, yeah, I understand that. I understand that. Like, I have to dap him up. I know we're gonna make some crazy fucking music. I know he's gonna be my super twin. But that's my main goal. Like, at one point in time, I'm gonna bring West Side music to the forefront. Like, just for me, like, just personally, I want to just put out something that encompasses Etobicoke, Saga, Brampton, just the whole.
What's that?
And just like put it out, and like, yeah, this is your soundtrack for if you live around here, for as long as you live around here. This is, people who live around here are gonna understand it. People who live in Toronto, who live in Ontario, are gonna feel this and be like, fuck yeah. That's one of my main goals, one of my next little ideas. But yeah, I've been shout out Party. I've been trying to link Party, man. You know what it is, gang. You know what it is, twin. Verena.
You're gonna buck him in the studio one day, trust me. Like, you're probably chilling with Roy, and then all of a sudden this nigga pops in like, nigga, what? Yeah, shit. That's what's gonna happen. But I can have you here all
I met him.
friggin' day, man.
I met him downtown.
Yeah.
Once, cause bro who signed me, when I was 18, signed Party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and shout out Ryan Press. Amazing guy. Really kind. Changed my life off the rip. Really, yeah. Shout out Ryan Press. And yeah, I went to Party in the club, and I was like, what did I say to him? I said something along the lines of, you have created pretty much all of the music that I associate. Like, you created the soundtrack to my life. You've created a lot of the music you've created has been a part of the soundtrack to my life. I can listen to party songs and feel heartbroken. Remember specific heartbreaks. Remember specific loves. Remember specific moments in my life, eras, periods where I dressed a certain way, where I listened to certain things, where I did certain things, ate certain things. You know, like I can go back to that moment because of the artistry that he's been able to deliver. And he said, you know, thank you, I appreciate it. And I told him, you know, the nigga who signed you signed me, and he said, that's one of the greatest connects you will have on the American side. Brian Press is amazing guy. And he just wished me luck and said, you know, he'd see me soon.
Nice. Nice. What a fucking great closing out story.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking, honestly, I wish I'm gonna see you, and you are gonna be successful. I've seen millions of artists. A lot of the artists that have been putting in the work, that their name is solidified from even then, solidified now. You're gonna be one of those names they're gonna be calling.
Thank you.
I can have you here all day, bro, but give us your shout outs if you're accepting beats, your emails, your socials. Let people know where to find you.
My name is Kwazii at Kwazii Timberlake on IG. My Snapchat got shut down because whatever, fuck Snapchat. And you can just hit me on Instagram, please. I'm always looking for beats. I'm always looking for anything that sounds good. I'm specifically looking for videographers. I'm putting together a documentary because my life is rad as fuck. And if I don't document it, I'm going to forget it. And by the time I say it, people won't believe it. So, yeah, I'm going to see y'all very soon. And I hope you guys enjoy the tape. I Was Perfect to Someone drops on Friday, September 20th at 12. And y'all, this is already going to be out. Y'all go listen to it right now. Even if you listen to it already, listen to it right now. 407 all the way to Trust. And watch the Trust video. I just shot the Trust video yesterday. And it's so long, so you better watch the Trust video. Go watch the Trust video.
Proper.
All right.
All right. It's your boy Vegas. We are signing out. Man, them show. Thank you, Ice. Thank you, young lady on the floor sitting.
Thank you, Ice. Thank you, Meese. Shout out, Meese.
Meese in the building.
Meese in the building.
You already know.